Hey y'all, what is up everybody? What is up YouTube? Sparky Marky, and I'm back to do a unboxing and a bit of a review of what is in this here box. What did I get from this FedEx box? Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. Yep, a FedEx box. What do you know? And with that, let's take a look inside here. Open it up and see what's inside. What am I gonna open it with? I don't have anything. Oh yeah, with this. Let's see what's inside. Alright, y'all, so what did I get in that big box? And boy, this is one big piece. Oh yeah, and here it is. What does that you say? This is a G-Shock 45 book. Nothing special here, but you can see this is the iconic one. The iconic DW5600. Did I say 5600? No, it's the 5000. So yeah, it says here that it's about $65 US. And of course, it's $85 Canadian in Canada. So yeah, let me see something on the side here. Here it is. And it is one pretty big book. So with that, let me unwrap this and show you the details on the inside. But if you see the square, yes, it is like the same as the DW5000 that we got 40 years ago. And I gotta say, it's one hell of a timepiece. So let me unwrap this quickly. Alrighty, let me give you from a perspective angle. Here it is. Out of the wrap. G-Shock. Ignore this bump, alright? But it was well packaged beautifully. And if you could see that there, dudes and dudettes. Let me just pick it up a little bit. This is paying tribute to the original G-Shock from 1983. April 1983. Wow. And if you heard me say about 1983, we had good films that year from horror, action, and sci-fi. And I believe horror, action, thriller, and sci-fi. Yes. You guessed it, dudes and dudettes. And anybody that was born in the 70s or was a teenager in the 80s, please let me know in the comments what were you doing that year. So yeah, you take it out very slowly, and it's a big silver of a book. And the face is covering this. So yeah, it's like a slipcover book-esque feel. And it's done by Rizzoli in New York. That is shouts to this. Shouts to them. I don't even know who they are. I believe they're the designers as well. So yeah, let's take a look here, see how it began. Nothing there. If I meet the father of G-Shock, I want him to sign it in silver. G-Shock in digital form, baby. Oh, look at that, dudes and dudettes. Please tell me you don't see it. Digi-esque, baby. Digi. D-I-G-I. You heard me? Alrighty. Ooh, in red, baby. But the letterings are in black. 40 years of G-Shock. Words by Ariel Adams. Photography by Atom Moore. So, wow, pretty cool. Rizzoli, New York. New York, Paris, London, Milan. Or Milan, whatever you call it. Oof, tells you everything from introduction to the G-Shock universe, master of colors, materials. Number 5 would be the making art and friends, culture of collaborations. Oof. Man, oh man, tables of content, dudes and dudettes. So I'm pretty sure to anyone who's seen these, let me know. And here's how the origins of it began, I believe. But this is the illumination. But these were like concept prototypes that were being designed way before the illumination world. But yes, these were prototypes that were built in the round ball, and how was it kept to be getting ruined. Okay, chapter 1. Introduction on the G-Shock universe. Okay, it started in 1983 when Casio's Team Tough set out on to invent the world's most durable watch. The rest is history. Ooh, what do we have here, y'all? Ooh, wee, baby. Say hello to the father of G. Say hello to the first G-Shock. It is the DW 5000C. And it had lithium back then. The OGs had lithium, and the buns were big. Only the three. Beautifully designed. 200 meters water resistant. Wow. Okay, nothing here. So yeah, if anybody wants to read that, please pause this carefully. And here's the sketch artist of the design of the original, of the very first G-Shock from Project Team Tough from many years ago. Pause it very carefully. All right, on to the next section. Letters in Japanese. Here is a photo of young Kyuko Aibi at the Casio Development Facility in Tokyo, Japan. This is him, guys, back when he was young looking in those days. Mr. Kyuko Aibi. Pause that if you guys want to read it. Pause it. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay. Here are the components of the nowadays of the 5600s. That is the 5600E, that is. These are different straps as they are. So here it is. A full view of the band and bezel details of the very first G-Shock that we got many years ago. Alright, so if you see it there, read that carefully. Produced in 1983. Look at that carefully, folks. Alright, first used in first 1987 yellow set in motion colors, motion of the use of color within the G-Shock line. The 5600 ED-9VZ from 1996. So it would be like 13 years later, I believe. Yeah, here we got this. Yellowed out, baby. Very, very cool. Alrighty, folks, and here's a photo of Kyuko IB dropping the 5000 from a 10-story window. And I'll take a picture of this, or I'll just you can read this carefully, folks, or I'll take pictures of it. And here it is of mimicking the shock absorbing effect of a baseball. These armored digital mechanisms helped Casio study physics of timepieces, timepiece toughness. Into the round ball that it is. Mr. Ibe at the Casio Harmana R&D facility in Japan. Compose that very carefully. Pause this half, and I can go from here. You can pause it very, very extreme carefully. And the next one would be the testings of the pushers. Here is some stills from the 1984 G-Shock TV commercial. Next, spread a production mold used to create um, for price risen case components. So if you remember the link in the description box for the review of the DW56-5200, this was around the Olympics of 1984, and G-Shock was on the verge of going bye bye. And thanks to this one, the 5200 was nicknamed the Hero, and it shows a hockey player shooting a puck and revealing that that puck on the goalie's glove turned out to be the 5200. You see that? That's a puck. He hits it, goalie catches it, and it's a G-Shock 5200. And this say G-Shock, by the way, it's nicknamed the Hero. And you heard me talk about 1984 that year. Here is the phasing mechanisms, I think. I can't even tell what this is, but if anybody knows, let me know. And the words are backwards. Okay, now entering chapter 2. Inside G-Shock. Pause that carefully. Alrighty. Here we go from here. That looks like an MRG being designed in the prefecture plant. Okay. Pause that carefully right there. And I'm going to scroll down carefully. Okay. And all the way here. Okay. And this is, of course, the inside of the triple sensor frogman that we got in 2016. They upped the Masters of G really went up the ante here. Pretty rad and cool at the same time. And this is a design of the MTG. Very, very glowy, but it's not my camera. It's how the picture was taken at the prefecture plant. Pause that. And I'm going to start going down little by little. I'll take a picture of this. I'm not going to take a picture. You just pause it when you can read it. Testing of the Mudmaster. Pretty rad. There you're seeing the G-Shock getting thrown and hit on a table. Tier patina on an original DW 5000. Pause that. And then you can pause that very carefully, folks. Just to make sure I get the majority of these words in order. The 5000 living up to its expectations and legendariness. Alrighty, and it says here about its original schematic displaying components. Given the circuitries, module number 3475. Pause it carefully if you need to know. And here is a schematic of the component. And here's a full view of it. Here's the view of the 5600E in a water pressure, well, in a sort of a water tank sink-esque thing. I can't even tell what it is, but it's being water tested. On to the next one. Alrighty, the 5200C-1, produced in 1984 and had a metal screw back design. Stainless steel case screw back. If you saw my review on that, check it out. This is the badass that saved G-Shock from going into chapter 11. And say hello to G-Shock 2. If you heard me talk about the 5000, the what is it, the 5525 model, and this was produced in 1985, the 2 DW 5500C. It was the first G-Shock with mud resist case pushers, but apparently this wasn't well received and it got discontinued. Nowadays it's kind of rare to find one. But it was distributed as a mud resist watch. It wasn't a Mudman, but it was a Mudman nicknamed, but it never had the Mudman. But this, if you heard me talk about this watch, this one was worn at the wrist of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the final act of The Running Man. So yeah, if anybody's a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger in action movies, this is the watch he wore in that film. Alrighty, and look what you're looking at here, folks, is the 80s and 90s, y'all. Woo, woo. Look what we got. Alrighty. So what you're looking at here is the first round case for the DW5700C, released in 1987, which is this one. And the next one would be the AW500. Anybody remember what I talked about that year, 1989? That is the AW500-1E, the first analog digi G-Shock. 1990, or it was released in the US in 1992. This is the first 3 indicator dial, the DW5900C-1. Here, and it got revived in 2018 with a luminescent backlight. This didn't have no micro light whatsoever. Alright, the summer of 1992, I talked about the DW6100. This is the 6100GJ-1, first sensor-equipped thermal sensor watch. Here you go. By 1993, 30 years ago, we had this, the DW6300A-1, 1-6300-1A, that is. First frogman ISO 200-meter water resist. This is the badass, yo. 1994, first stainless steel bezel, the DW6400B-1. Here it is, and it would be worn in the wrist of a hacker in the 1995 film Hackers. Then we have, well, this was the first EL backlight, but it wasn't the 6630. It was the 6600. But this is a crazy color, by the way. DW6630B-2, first EL backlight, kicking ass. Okie dokie. DW001J-1B, Nixax, aka the Jason, 1994, first capsule construction. Yep, and nicknamed the Jason because of the holes representing the hockey mask of the the famous villain of the Friday the 13th franchise. The hockey mask villain, Jason Voorhees. Part 2, he wore a bag. Part 1 was just a little boy, and the mom was the original villain. Jason's the sequels. But it is iconic, associated to Friday the 13th. Okay, 1995, DW8400, aka second generation Mudman, aka the first. Also equipped with electroluminescent backlight. Here you go. This is the one. 1996, first EL backlight installed in a 5600 case. DW5600E-1V. You saw me do a review on that. I talked about 1996. Here it is. 1996 again. This is the MRG-1G-1. First MRG G-Shock. Mr. G. This is the MRG. Wow. Here's the Raise Man, DW 9300J-9, 1998. First Tough Solar G-Shock. First generation Tough Solar. Badass. Extreme G Light, DW 004VE-2V, 1998. Here it is. Again, this was during the teen horror slasher genre. Wow, wow, wow. And of course, you have the DW 8200BM-1T, 1998, with titanium screwback. Here it is, yo. Pause it carefully. And last but not least, the GW 300GJ-9, released in 2002, first Tough Solar Radio Wave Scepter. Here it is. And let me zoom in it. That's the one, 2002, baby. So yeah, expanding for many years during its 15-year run. But G-Shock was 19 years old at that point. Ooh, man, oh man. Yes, 1990. Released in August that year, and this is, of course, a DW 6000 GJ-1. It featured a first triple I face, and introduced the chronograph, which presses at 1000 at about 1/1000th of a second. And it had a gold buckle, and man, this looks badass. I wonder if this ever going to make a comeback. Which it did in 1996 with EL backlight. This particular model from 1990 had how do you call it, a micro light. Since this was, of course, the early days of the watch introduction. And the DW001 had micro light because it was a concept prototype to Nixon's capsule. Woo-wee! So, you got plenty in the house. Okay, MRG 130. Obviously, this would be the one right here, the analog digital version. Next up is the GIS GS 500. And it would be this one. No, wait. Here it is, an all blacked out one. This is the one. And then what else? The first Rise Man, 1998, which would be this Rise Man. Yes. Then we had the 91, that's the 9100, and then there's the Wade Man. Here it is. In, 1999. Oof. First Compass, DW 9800. And it would be this badass right here. The GC 2000. Boy, I can't even tell which is which, but my guess is this one. No, actually, this was 2003, my bad. I couldn't even tell which is which. But also, we also have an MRG Frogman, which is this one. Released in the summer that year. Man, that's kind of hard to find. And then there's a MRG... Oh, wait, that was the one I showed you. The MRG 11-1100-2. 1999, that is, in the summer. So, yeah, the big leagues were here from the late 90s into the 2000s. But again, I was in elementary school and on to middle school days. Very hard. And this is, of course, around the time I was from in high school, then out of high school. And, of course, the MRG came back in the form of this. If you saw my video review, yes. First introduced in 98, and then 10 years later, we get this badass, the GW 9200-1. Around the time G-Shock was celebrating its 25th birthday that year, and this is indeed multi-band, twin sensor, and everything. And woo, I can tell you I mentioned some of these badass. This was released in the summer of '09, around the time I was done with high school. This is part of the Surfrider Foundation collabo here. And then the Gies GIEZ GS 1300-1A dual layered dial design. And look at that, folks. Dual layered design. Dual layered dial design, that is. Okay, the next one would be the GF 8250 Tough Solar / Tide Moon 2010. The yellow baby. Woof, that's a cool one. And then you have this GB 9000 AA-2 Bluetooth equipped. That means when this starts reacting, your phone starts vibrating. So it has Bluetooth equipped. You got to equip it with your phone. If I ever find one of these, I'm keeping it in the collection. I'm not going to use it. But this was the early days of smartwatches. Before we ever heard of iWatches, Apple Watches, Samsung Galaxy Watches, smartwatches. Yeah, G-Shock started it all with the smartwatch idea. But also Pebble was there as well in 2013 or so. And this one right here is the GB 9000B-1B 2013 equipped. Around the time G-Shock celebrated its 30th anniversary and they updated the technology. And I always leave links in the video description for G-Shock's 30th anniversary. And I wonder if G-Shock's going to be doing a cool, brand new, badass video that is going to introduce us to new ideas of design. Alrighty. Yeah, and cool celebrity guests as well. Here, you already heard me talk about this one. This is the GW 9400. Released in September 2013 in Japan. That one, of course, looks the same as this, but the material is made different. The Japanese versions are carbon fiber straps. One in the US, they're just basic rubber straps, or resin straps, if you will. This is G-Shock's first triple sensor version 3 G-Shock design. It's right there. And that's it. That's the one. Okay, G-Mix GBA 400-4A 2014 Bluetooth equipped music controller used for DJs at its time. If I ever find one of these brand new and RFB, I'm keeping with this particular color or any other color. It gets the attention. And it's cool for DJs as well. I don't know if they still wear these, but these are collectibles. And then you got this Golf Master. First triple sensor atomic Golf Master, which is of course its big brother to the Golfman. And this is what it is. I'll be doing a review on that pretty soon. Just I've been equipped with other things. And say hello to the Ant-Man G-Shock collab. I mean, not a collab. This was not even related to the Marvel character. And this was, of course, 2000s. This is what it looked like back then. But nowadays, it's hard to find it. On to the next one. Alrighty, so this one here is first introduced in 2000. The antenna that receives radio signals from atomic clocks. The Ant-Man GW1000-1. There it is right down below. Here it is. This is what it looked like. That was a close-up photo you saw. This is what it looked like 23 years ago. Kind of hard to find it. It depends if you ever find it again. Say hello to the Lung Man. DWG 100J-9 with pulse check. Released in 1999, a year before the Ant-Man was released. This is how it looked. Pulse sensor for the watch. Do that carefully, folks. Okay, if you can tell by these, you could tell, okay, first was the Gravity Master. That's the Gravity Master. G-Steel, GST, here, 2014, 2017. First G-Shock with solar assisted GPS navigation function, released in 2018, celebrating G-Shock's 35th birthday. I gotta do a review on this one. And then you have the analog digi GA 2100-1A1 2019 with octagonal design. Octagonal design, that is. Yep, the bezel. Released in 2019. 2022 from last year. This is the Analog Digi GB 2100D-1A full metal octagonal case design, and this one is a full DLC diamond-like carbon coatings, all blacked out. GB 2100 BD-1A 2022 as well. Same year, in more like a bronze color version. Also the GB 001-1A 2022 Bluetooth equipped hybrid carbon cord and capsule tough construction. And it's equipped, dudes. And they have it in all sorts of colors. Okay, you heard me talk about a review of this piece, and this is indeed the GW 9000-1, released in the summer or the spring of 2006. And it's coined as the 5-Eye Monster. And assembles, and you can see it from different radio towers. 2 in Japan, 1 in the US. I can't even tell which is where. I could tell this one's in the UK. I can't even tell what this one is. It's the 5-Eye Monster. I don't even know if this is going to make a comeback, but it still looks badass as it was some years ago. On to the next one. Alrighty, Master of Colors, Materials, Finishing, Evolving, Shape of Toughness. Okie dokie. Here it says Precision Form G-Shock Case Bezel in Resin. With that, read this very carefully, and I'm going to keep going down, but pause it if you're going to plan to read these. And here is various squares in different colors. Here is an octagonal yellow version of the GAB 2100C-9A Bluetooth equipped. Yes, look at that, folks, and it's solar. Read that carefully, folks. If not, pause it. Continue. And right there on the photo is the G-Shock Collab Expertin 4 GGB 100 BTN-1A, released in 2020. This is part of the Burton collaboration, and it's a set. I don't know how many Burton Collabo G-Shocks were there. I know there was one in 2013, but that's kind of very hard to find. Kind of pricey, and if it was pre-owned, you have to find the bezel that can match it. Here is, of course, part of that design. Hold on, let me see if this match is correct. So yeah, this is a reconstruction of the GWG-2000-1A-1A3. And this is how the components are inside. All this would construct the Mudmaster design. Look at that carefully, folks. And yes, pause it very carefully. On to the next one. And here is a multicolor from 2019 or 2018 at the time. I'll take a picture of it. Alrighty. And we have the Dolphin and Whale DW6100. You heard me talk about this. This is that one, part of the Dolphin and Whale conference. This one here is the rust of the DW002 BM-8. 1995, and then there's the DW1600 H-9, the Slasher, 1995. Here we have a square metal MRG 1100-7, 1996. Next one, 1999, DWM 100 WC-6T. Triple Crown of Surfing, DWX 1100 PS-2, 1999. You already know about the Ant-Man. This is the gold version because of the face and everything. First, Wave Scepter G-Shock. You heard me? And also, this is the Tough Nick Sax. It may look like its predecessor from, say, 16 years ago. But this is, of course, the... Hold on. The G-Shock, the G001-9 Nick Sax Jason 2010 capsule construction, tough construction. This is what it looks like, folks. You hear me talk about this one? That's the badass. And it was reduced by Kanye West, by the way. Here we have, I can't even tell what this color design is, but this is indeed 2001 Frogman GW201-6. There you go. That was 2001. 2008 GLS 5600X-6 in formation 3 in Roman numerals. There you go. You heard me talk about and this is the dual layered one, but this was in 2009. Again, I was done with high school at that point. Here is the 2009 first edition of the GW200 Frogman design. It's the GW200Z-1 Final Frogman 2009. Let me zoom for you young BUCKSs out there. Oh, rad. And this particular one, the Square Tough Solar, it's the GWS 5600-1 carbon fiber insert band. Here it is. Excuse me. GXW 5600, the King Mud Resist Alpha Gel. Here it is. I did a review on it, and I did there's going to be another one designed but released in a different year. The King Mud Resist Square. And here's a green version, the KG-3. And then 2013 GWM 5630D-1, part of its 30th anniversary, carbon fiber insert band. Amazing. And it says since 1983. That was released a decade ago. Okay, one last view. On to the next one. These two, what you're looking at here, were released in 2013, celebrating G-Shock's 30th anniversary. Here is the Rangeman GW 9430 EJ-9, part of the Lightning Yellow series. And it's carbon fiber. That's only exclusive to Japan. It's kind of pricey now. I don't know if you can still get this, and it's part of the Rising Red collection. And it's the GW 8230A-4. Gold face, gold buttons, screws, positive display, red band, yellow lettering, gold letterings, black buttons. Heck. So yeah, very amazing. Kind of like a Ferrari color feel. On to the next one. Say hello to the MGTS 1000D-1A carbon core structure, triple G resist. Released in the fall of 2013, but it was released during November, the day after Thanksgiving. Alright. And here we have, of course, some variants, so pay attention. Love the Sea and the Earth, GW 9400K-KJ-8, 2014. Here it is. Zoom. It's the Love the Sea and the Earth, prior to Earth Day, though. This one is a Type 2 Class A, which was, okay, this one was released in 2014, Love the Sea and the Earth with the Rangeman. This one here is the GX XN Holywood DW5600 NH-1, which was released in 2018, but it has the bull bars and is a Type 2 Class A. Must be a kick-ass collabo. MTG S1000BS-1A, and this was 2014 Basel World Special with aged ion plating. This is the one, folks, and man, it looks badass. Then in 2015, we have the G-Shock X Huff Collabo GD400 Huff-1 Quake pattern. Woo-wee, man. And that year, 2015, we had good films, and we had some sadly passings from singer and actor, musician named B.B. King, actress Betsy Palmer. You might know her as Friday the 13th, Mrs. Voorhees, and well-known Broadway actress, and horror maestro director Wes Craven. Rest their souls. Especially for not Ronaldo Ray, or Fernando Ray, who was in House Party 3 and Friday. He died that year as well. God rest their souls. So yeah, this is part of the fashion world, the Huff, what you just saw there. Here we have a vintage ion plating, MTG S1000V-1A. Look at that, folks. Looks very, very vintagey. Tell me what you guys think. Here is the, how do you put the word? A Frogman GWF D1000-1, released in the summer of 2016 with triple sensor, including depth gauge. And like its predecessor from years ago, this is the first Frogman with carbon fiber. It finally gets a carbon fiber strap. Whoop-de-doo, man. Awesome. And it looks very badass. G-Shock High Fashion got one. And he's got some variant Frogmans in his collection. So check that out, folks. Next up, G-Shock X Robert Geller GST 200 RBG-1A, released in 2017. All black on ion stuff, baby. Badass. Ion plated, baby. And you already heard me talk about this one. Yep, that was 2015 for the MTG. Next up, 2018, celebrating G-Shock's 30th anniversary. This is the DW5735 E-7, and it's the Glazer Gold. The band is clear, face is gold, screws, buttons are gold. Amazing timepiece. Okay, one last view of a look. On to the next one. Here is what you're looking at is the it's the MTG S1000BS-1A Basel World Special with aged plating 2014. Yep, this is what it is. GPS, baby. So yeah, enough chit-chatting. I'm just going to take pictures of the book and tell me what you all think. Alrighty, the next one is Shocking the World. This particular one that you're looking at here is the Gravity Master GPW 2000-1A, screenshot during its high altitude test. Definitely it's the Gravity Master. Okie just you can read this and pause it very carefully. I'm going to be scrolling down, but keep pausing it so you can start reading it step by step. Alright, the dude you're seeing on this photo. Yep, and what is that he's wearing? Wow, that's a 5600. I can't even tell which is which. So here it is. Casio G-Shock watches have been a natural choice for missions by many astronauts. Here's an astronaut wearing a 5600 on his right wrist. Okay, on to the next one. Alrighty, so Kayona Ishiguri, G-Shock surfing brand ambassador. And below, of course, it would be a Milana Manuel G-Shock surfing brand ambassador. Alright, so this is Kanona Ishii. I can't even say this dude, but here he is, wearing a G-Shock while surfing, and then here's the female surfer. What appears to be oh, this was the brand new one, huh? Alrighty, so read this carefully and pause it. Pause it and read it. Okay, snowboarder and brand ambassador Louis Vito, Kevin Hilfler, G-Shock skateboard brand ambassador, and Oreo Nishimura, skateboarding brand ambassador. Next to Ryu, G-Shock baseball brand ambassador. Okay, Louis Vito, Kevin Hoifler, if I said his name right. And Ariel, I can't even say that person's name, but here is Mr. Okay, this is Nishimura, skateboard ambassador. And here he is, the basketball player himself that I did a recent review. Rui Hashimura. Here he is, folks. Pause it very carefully while... Alright, or better yet, I'll take a photo of this. Here's basketball star Rui Hashimura, if I said his name right. I did a review on his piece this year. Check that out. Alrighty then. One, you're going to have Stevie Williams, G-Shock skateboard brand ambassador in 2011, the GA 7900 advertisement. Obviously, this is the Men in Rescue Red. Say hello to the what is it? The GX5600-1A. Then there's the DW6900V-7. Obviously, this could be familiar. This is the one, or I don't know if this is the one worn by Eminem, but here he is, Mr. Stevie Williams. Right below, you have Gabe King, G-Shock surfing brand ambassador in 2011 with the GLX 5600-6900 advertisement. Here he is, Gabe King. And also you got Matt Hammer, G-Shock snowboarding brand ambassador in a 2009 advertisement of the G7900. Yep, these are low temp watches, the 7900s, the G7900s, not the Solar Atomics. Alrighty, you got Jeremy Shockley, G-Shock football brand ambassador in a 2003 MTG 900-DW GW300 advertisement. Here he is, Mr. Jeremy Shockey. Shockey. I can't even say his name. I butcher names. Here is a 2014 Never Blend of the GDX 6900 CM-5 advertisement in 2014. Here is a Jason Ramos G-Shock Smoke Jumping Brand Ambassador and a 2016 Master of Mudman GWG 1000 advertisement. Here he is. This is the one. 2016, even though my friend said it was a boogeyman year. We had some good stuff, but we had some losses at that time. Okay, and last but not least, 1987. Fisherman DW86J-1A advertisement, but this is obviously from Japan. Here's all four of them within how many years? Nearly 20 years together of the brand's promotion. On to the next one. DW8160 D-1B Endless Summer 1995. I'll take a picture of this. DW9100 BD-1T Trihas Huskin. I can't even read that one, but it's of course twin sensor, altimeter, thermometer, released in 1999. Bryce Man. Next up, the World Coral Reef DWM100 WC6T-6T. And next to it, it'll be next spreading up to the Poison. What the heck? The Poison Dart Frogman GWF 1000 APF-1A 2023. This one is the Coral Reef edition. Alrighty, so here's Mr. Kyuku Ibe. So yeah, this is nearly above 200 pages of everything to know about the G-Shock piece. Have you seen videos? Have you seen photos from models, athletes, skateboarders, surfboarders, surfers, and skateboarders, bicyclists? I don't know bicyclists, but I know BMX is one of them, and what else? Stevie Williams, including filmmakers like Spike Lee, and of course rappers like Kid Cudi, Eminem, the Slim Shady himself, and who else? Man, and of course it did pop out on movies over the years. I gotta start doing a watches on film kind of videos. Heck, one of these days. So yeah, folks, if you like content like this, click the bell on the subscribe button to be notified of all new uploads. Like the videos, and if you have any opinions, comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. You should get one of these. Buy this at Casio.com. And, well, as the ways they say, it's history. But hey, this was a pretty powerful knowledge to know about the book and the history of G-Shock. Again, 1983 was the birth year. And you got good films over the years, over its course, since G-Shock was around. But heck, hardly didn't appear in any much. Maybe some television shows, maybe some movies. I don't know about low-budget movies, but heck, who knows? So yeah. If you like content like this or any other content, click the bell on the subscribe button to be notified of all new uploads. Like the videos, please give it a thumbs up. And you have any options or what you like about this video, or what do you think, comment down below. So yeah, and it's a pretty big book, alright. So, this is Sparky Marky Mark signing off, y'all. Take care, God bless you, hear you, and see you on the next vid. Enjoy Monday, y'all, and later.